All right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. We begin today's program and every act we do seeking the blessings, mercy, and guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and protection from shaitan. Today we are live for Girl Talk, and today I'm joined with our youth group president, Muntaha Sabir, and our sisters vice president, Zareenah Murad. Welcome, girls. How are you?
Hello. Doing good.
All right. Okay, so we came live about we came live for Girl Talk about 2 weeks ago as well, and we're back again. So in case this is your first time joining in, so what is Girl Talk? Girl Talk is something we started about like a few months ago. It's a bi-weekly session where we have we discuss things young Muslim women have questions about or want to discuss about, things from body image issues, women's fiqh issues, modesty, interaction with the opposite gender, and so on. We've been having private group meetings, and it's just a very safe, judge-free zone where girls can ask questions that may be bothering them or they may be wondering about. They share each other's questions with each other and experiences to inspire each other, and then also just get some answers from our youth mentors here and myself to ensure everything is Islamically sound. As we know, it's always hard being a teenage girl, and especially nowadays, things are just extra complicated. So what I know some of the girls reached out saying they missed the private conversation with us. So what we're going to do after we're done with the live, we are going to still get back onto the Zoom call. So, and that you'll see that on the ticker on the bottom with the Zoom meeting ID and the password. So you can join that in. We're going to go offline, and then we'll get on Zoom to, answer any questions you guys may have, and also just, kind of just get to know each other. So today we're going to be discussing, the topic for today is body image and loving yourself. And I mean, I cannot tell you how many questions we've specifically gotten related to this topic. And this is not something that just affects teen girls. I feel like it affects women of all ages from all paths of life. I think we've definitely come a long way in terms of body positivity within the cultural Islamic crowd, and since I was growing up. But honestly, there's still just so much like body shaming and conflicting messages girl and women get that still goes on in our communities, and it's just astonishing to me. So like it's either you're too skinny, you're too fat, your eyelashes are short, your nose is crooked, or it's just like whatever you are is simply not enough. And everyone, each of our bodies are different, and it's different for everyone. But the message across that's been coming across to women and girls is that something needs to be fixed. So I'm just hoping at least, Muntaha and Zareenah are going to kind of walk through, how to kind of deal with that. And then, my kind of public service announcement to aunties and, like bajis and sisters and whatnot. Like, we know how, I'm a lot older than these girls, and like, I talk to other women my age, and we know how much these type of kind of commentaries, which may seem harmless, how it affected us, and it still affects us. So I'm just hoping we could be a little nicer and, kind of work towards that. So yeah, on that note, we, Zareenah and Muntaha are going to lead the main conversation, and, I'll just chime in here and there. All right, so Muntaha and Zareenah, you guys go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna be starting off. So this is all about body image and loving yourself. And if I would have like heard about this when I was like younger, I would have been like, what? Like, loving yourself seems kind of like it's not something we hear about that often. I think nowadays it's a little bit more talked about, so it's really good. So I have some reasons here, like why we should do that, why would we need to do that. So number one is effectiveness. I feel like a lot of times we'll just spend so much time like nitpicking ourselves and like judging ourselves that we like slow ourselves down, and like our growth is kind of like depleted. And that goes in with confidence. Whenever you're confident, you'll make new decisions, you'll push yourself, and you won't be so like harsh on yourself, and then that can lead to growth. So it's really important. And then next is resilience. So no matter what, there's going to be like critique in your life, and it's inevitable, but having a foundation of like loving yourself will help you to be resilient and just to like bounce back and be able to like to deal with that in your life, and you won't waste your time seeking validation, because like 9 out of 10 times seeking validation will get you nowhere, because you'll always just seek more and more and more, and you'll never be like satisfied, I guess, with like validation from other people, and it's just like it gets unhealthy. And then obviously happiness, loving yourself is obviously like directly connected with happiness and loving others, because if you can't like appreciate yourself, including your flaws, because everyone has flaws, if you can't do that, then it's going to be really difficult to love someone else and appreciate them with their flaws as well. So that's why loving yourself is like so important. So next I'm going to talk about like how, because it's like it's not that simple. So I think number one is just caring as much about yourself as you do for others. A lot of us really go out of our way for other people, but we neglect ourselves because we think we're being selfish, or we think that our needs aren't important, but they really are. Like here, compassion is showing concern for your own feelings as well as for others. It goes hand in hand. And so I just made this quick list. This is obviously not the only things you need to do to love yourself, but these are some stuff that I came up with and that I found online. So I think number one is get rid of the idea that you should be perfect. Nobody's perfect. Hannah Montana said it. It still applies. Nobody's perfect. The society's expectations are just not achievable. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made you the way you are intentionally. Any flaw that you think you have, any flaw that you have, whatever, any flaw that society makes you think you have, it's there for a reason. Another thing that you could do to like boost yourself is to like evaluate your relationships. Like, are the relationships that you're in with your friends and your family helping you love yourself more, or the other way? Because you want to surround yourself with people that like boost you enough for you to like see yourself as somebody worth loving. A big thing to like get out of our minds, I don't think anybody has ever completely done this, and I think that all women and men could struggle for this like their whole life, is that your worth doesn't equal how you look. Those things, like, they don't go together. As long as you're taking care of yourself, like your mind is healthy and your body is like healthy and everything, then that's your worth. Like, it has nothing to do with really how you look, like things that you can't change about yourself. There's no reason to like spend time thinking about that if you can't change it. Another thing that I really like to do is a daily gratitude journal. At first it's kind of awkward and I thought it was kind of weird, but like if you just write down things that you're grateful for every day, it's really nice to look back on it. And whenever you get to the point of loving yourself, some of your gratitudes can be about yourself, because you're grateful for who you are and you're proud of yourself. And then self-care. So self-care, that could be a lot of things. That could be skincare, that could be lighting a candle, that could be a bath bomb. It can be a lot of things, but it's really therapeutic, and I don't know, for me it's just really helpful. And then last, I think this is a really big thing, is evaluating social media, because social media has like a huge like input in how we think about ourselves, unfortunately. So maybe look at the people you're following and think about like the reason you're following them, or like think about like how they like affect your day to day and like how you feel about yourself. So loving yourself also has to do with body image. Those things go hand in hand. So Muntaha is going to talk about that.
Yes. So loving yourself is very important, but you can't like love a distorted image of yourself, you know? So we need to kind of be realistic with ourselves in like a good way, not in a bad way, obviously. And that is a little bit of what I'm going to be talking about. And always remember that everyone is different. So your body is not going to look the same as like Gigi Hadid. That's impossible. Also, she's like a model. So I just think it's kind of unrealistic to hold yourself to such a standard. And on the next slide, I have some kind of like more tips and tricks on how to kind of practice building a healthy body image, because it's not an easy thing to do, especially like I feel like the older you get, the more pressure you feel, and it's kind of like it's natural to just want to look a certain way or want to feel a certain way. But I don't think that we should define who we are and our personalities. Like Zareenah said, like our worth is not equal to how we look. Like our worth is defined by our character and like how kind we are and how pious we are, and just like there's so much more to a person than how they look. And the kinder you are like inside, the better character that you have, the more like attractive you are to people. Like it's not only about looks. So that's my little spiel about body image. Some tips for like developing and sustaining like a healthy body image I have are to like focus on your positive qualities, skills, and talents. So kind of like instead of, like Zareenah said, instead of like if you had a gratitude journal, instead of just saying, oh, I'm grateful that I had like coffee today, which is something that I'm usually always grateful for, but kind of just be grateful, be like, I'm grateful that my legs were able to take me up a hill, or I'm grateful that I was able to use my hands to cook something. Like focus on the things that your body is doing for you and not just the way that it looks. Because a lot of the times we'll look at ourselves and people will be like, oh, I'm so thin, or oh, I'm so not thin, or oh, I look so muscly. It's like those same body parts are the things that are like getting you through your day and helping you to achieve your goals. And we need to appreciate them, because if we're unappreciative to the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us to help us achieve our goals and to help us worship him and to live our lives, then we really aren't going to be that successful. The second point I have is to like say positive things to yourself every single day. So this kind of again goes in with like a gratitude journal and just having some sort of affirmation. I think this is also like really easy to kind of implement into a daily routine with the coming new year, because even if you're not like too much of a big New Year's person, I don't know if y'all have heard about vision boards. I'm a big fan. Just go on Pinterest and like save some positive affirmations, save some words that make you feel good about yourself. Like things that you just think of, things that make you feel like a girl boss, you know. Just don't focus so much on how you look and focus on like how you feel, and read things to yourself that make you feel a certain way. So just like you can even write them on your mirror, because mirrors, you can use dry erase markers and write on mirrors, and life-changing, I'm telling you. Avoid negative or berating self-talk. So don't say things to yourself that you literally would never say to someone else. Like you would never go up to someone and be like, oh my God, you look so fat today. Like literally, why would you say that to yourself? There's no point, no reason, no benefit. Don't do that. If you're not going to treat other people that way, then don't treat yourself that way. I mean, even if you do treat other people that way, that's a whole different problem. But regardless, you shouldn't be talking to yourself like that. Because then again, like, I think regardless of how religious you are, I don't know who's watching this, but like, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you a body, he gave it to you for a reason, and for you to kind of berate that body, if you really think about it, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made this creation for us to live our lives, and to just go and say harmful things about it or to not appreciate it is just kind of rude to God. So we need to kind of keep that in mind too, especially if you can't, or if you're struggling with maintaining a healthy body image on your own, then maybe remembering that your body is a gift from God will help you a little more, because you don't want to like be unappreciative of that gift, you know? Wow, my vocabulary is incredibly extensive. Okay. We already talked about appreciating and respecting, setting positive health-focused goals. Okay, I'm sure that in quarantine, everyone heard of Chloe Ting and the 2-week workouts, like get abs in 2 weeks. Avoid fad diets and workouts. Like, I'm sure they work, but it's not sustainable. Like, that's not going to last. You can't do that same workout every 2 weeks for the rest of your life. Like, you need to kind of implement, if you wanted to start working out, let's say, you need to like talk to a doctor. You need to consult people that are like educated about that. Don't just go start doing like Chloe Ting workouts every day and then not eat enough. And like, that's not sustainable. You need to kind of change your lifestyle in a way where you want to be strong. So like, you don't want to be skinny. You want to be strong. You don't want to like Are we picking up what I'm putting down? I wish there was a way for like people to respond to what I'm saying live. But yes, avoid fad diets and workouts. Just focus on becoming stronger for yourself, and so that you can, do more things for yourself and for your family, and just really stay away from like fad diets, like keto diets and stuff like that. Like your body needs sugar. I promise you, your body needs sugar. Sugar is not going to kill you. Sugar is in fruit, believe it or not. So you can't just cut out fruit. Like avoid things unless your doctor says that they are okay. And then just remind yourself that like social media is unrealistic. Not everyone looks like Gigi Hadid and Kendall Jenner. Like they are not the goal. They should not be the goal. That's why I do suggest going through, like I go through my social media almost like every 2 weeks, and I see who I'm following. And if I feel like that person has not contributed anything meaningful to to the kind of content that I want to consume, then I will unfollow them. Or if it's a friend or something and you're just like not vibing with the content, but you like can't unfollow them because that's like shady, you can put them on mute. They will never know. Like you can literally like mute their stuff and it will never show up, but they will never know that. So just reduce screen time, purge your social media. Don't follow people that have like unrealistic and unattainable beauty standards. Maybe try like following, it's kind of like unrealistic for me to say like don't follow celebrities on Instagram or don't follow influencers, but try following people that add something more meaningful to your life. Maybe I like to follow a lot of like hijabi influencers because the messages that they spread, I feel, make me a better Muslim girl, and they kind of inspire me more to like dress modestly, and that I don't have to look a certain way to be accepted by society. So yeah, that's my little spiel that I already said also. Basically, let's just make sustainable health and body image a goal for 2021. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to add a little thing. So over quarantine, I'm not proud of it, but I tried my fair share of, Chloe Ting videos, because YouTube and Instagram were just completely like surrounded in healthy food and workouts and do this and that. So I tried it. It was kind of just like a for fun thing to see if it worked. Whatever, it was dumb, not sustainable. After 2 weeks, I was like, I can never work out again. It's horrible. Would not recommend. Anyways, I think the biggest thing that sometimes we get on me personally, sometimes I'll get on like little, I don't even know, I just get an idea in my head and I'm like, I'm gonna work out. So then I like go hard for like 3 days and then I'm just done, and then I'm done for like 2 weeks, and it's just not healthy. And I think especially like New Year's resolution, like Muntaha was saying, like I think the best thing to start with is just getting like, if you want to like live a healthier lifestyle, just getting movement during the day. Like honestly, just getting 10,000 steps is enough of a challenge for me. Like I don't get 10,000 steps. So honestly, I'm starting with that, and then I'll like build my way up if I feel the need to. But yeah, I just think we can like take it slow in the workout realm. I think a lot of times we just like start so hard because like that's what we see on the internet. We see like these people who've been going to the gym for 10 years giving us like a routine, and we're just like kids and we're just like, yeah, I'll try it. And it's like we don't have any like, what is it called? We don't have any background in that. So I don't know, it just doesn't.
Yeah. I tried to do a Chloe Ting workout. Like I tried one of her 2-week plans. I am not active. I'm like literally the least active person you could probably ever meet. I did the first day, I think it was like 2 workouts, and I almost threw up after, and I couldn't, like, I was like, I am never doing this again. I'm telling you guys, maybe if you're already an active person, Chloe Ting might be the way to go, but no hate against her. She's great. Like she knows what she's doing, but just know your own body and do not jump into some rigorous workout plan if you have never even lifted a weight before in your entire life. So 10,000 steps is the goal. Work out once a week and then build yourself up from there.
Some just aren't built for Chloe Ting. Like that's just, oh my gosh.
Not a fun time.
So I think that's all we had for that, and I mean now we're discussing.
Yeah, so we will, I'm gonna put the banner on. So if you guys do wanna join us on, before we end, I'm gonna put the ticker on. So if you do wanna join us for a post-discussion reflection, you can join us on Zoom and you'll see the ticker on the bottom. But just wanted to say, girls, again, as usual, really amazing reflections. You know, again, it's just so important, like for your physical, your emotional well-being and those even around you. And, you know, having so I think that's where we also need to kind of clarify that as well. Like, yes, have a healthy body image doesn't mean that you also just take up like unhealthy habits and, you know, just be okay with, you know, being unhealthy or whatever it is, right? So I think that's what, and that's what the girls were kind of just encouraging as well. Like having a healthy lifestyle is important, and just, again, your body is an amana, it's a trust from Allah. So, you know, you need to take care of it, you need to respect it. And that is another topic that segues into the topic of modesty and things like that, that we will have another detailed discussion about another time. But, you know, again, just, you know, just be easy on yourselves. Don't, we all have different bodies. We all have, you know, different things. Just, you know, just be grateful for what you have. And just remember these tips. These are really, really great tips. And we'll go ahead and even try to post, I'll see if we can post the slides in the comments. That way you guys can refer to it. And yeah, what other, again, I don't know who follows New Year's as, you know, but it's a good way to like kind of, you know, have goals and set realistic goals for ourselves. And yeah, so alhamdulillah. Girls, do you guys have anything else you'd like to add before we log off?
Just love yourself 2021, guys. we're all gonna do it together. It's a journey.
Yes. Also, stay healthy. Just be sustainable. Make good choices.
Sustainable and healthy. And yep. All right, girls. Okay, so we will see you. I don't know if anyone's going to join, but if not, Muntaha and Zareenah and I will definitely be talking after this. If you guys want to join in the discussion, please feel free to. And inshallah, we will see you, I think, in another 2 weeks or so, because we are going to take a break for, since everyone's on holiday right now. So I think for the next, we won't be back in 2 weeks, but I think first week of January we should be back, inshallah. Before actually we log off, Muntaha, do we have any youth events that we want to tell anyone about upcoming in January? Anything people should be looking forward to?
Well, we always have Grand Circles ongoing. There's a registration link on the IA Youth Instagram. I send out pretty frequent reminders about it most of the time. If I forget, then someone else will do it. We do have a very fun, like, Deen versus culture type of event in late January, so keep your eyes out for that. And then we also have an event that kind of has to do with helping out and learning more about, like, our special needs community that will take place early January. I don't want to give y'all dates yet because, well, I have some dates, but I don't want to, like, throw them out just yet because it's still subject to change. But these are all things that will definitely be happening. And yes, Grand Circles every other week. That's the vibe, though. You guys need to be there.
Inshallah. All right, we'll see you. Thank you again, girls. Inshallah, we will see you next time. Assalamu alaikum.